Hey guys, and welcome to the video. So here today, this is going to be a public service announcement. This is not, I repeat, it is not a tutorial. This is something that just came out. It's a 6.72 exploit that when you run it on your PS4 that has 6.72 firmware installed, it will modify or jailbreak your system, whatever you want to call it, and you'll have a hacked PS4. And it does work to a certain extent. It is unstable and there's other issues with it. So it's blown up in a really short period of time. It literally just came out maybe a couple or a few hours ago. Already on my Discord, I was hit up about it, as well as my messages and the various forums over on Reddit, PSX hacks. I mean, it's just blown up in a really short period of time. So before you decide on using it, I figure I'd let you know what it is, what you can expect beforehand, what you can expect after running it, provided you use it successfully, and things regarding the homebrews and the payloads, what other people have run into, the issues that they've experienced using this. I'll make you aware of some of those as well. And I'll even let you know what one of the major developers thinks regarding on whether you should be using this or not. Also keep in mind, this is not the official hen we've been waiting for. This was done by a different developer, not the one or ones that we're used to getting our hen exploits from on the PS4 scene. And before we continue, as usual, don't forget to hit that like button. It goes a long way to show your support and it keeps up the efforts on the channel with all kinds of content. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So before you use all this stuff, again, make sure you heed to the warning that this is definitely not a quote unquote official hen. It is unstable. It even says so right here. This exploit does crash and hang. And it also says that sometimes you even have to retry this like 10 times in order for it to work. So normally what you would do is you would open up the browser on your PS4, you'll type this address in your browser, and then you'll be brought to this page, and all you need to do is follow the instructions. Obviously, your PS4 must be on 6.72 firmware. And then once you're here on your browser, you'll click on the little JB link, which is right down here. Once you've done that, you should get a message that says you're all set, followed by there is not enough free system memory. If you get that message, that's okay. That means everything is working and has gone well. Once you get that message, you're going to click OK. When you click OK, that will bring you to step 2. And once you've clicked OK there, then the page will reload and you will come here and click on the Mira link. This will activate the Mira hen and it will unlock the debug settings in your menu of your PS4 in about 20 seconds or so, and then you should be good to go. Now, of course, there is a very high probability that this is going to fail because it takes multiple tries. In that case, you'll get like a jailbreak failed message and it'll say to reboot your PS4 and try again. When you do that, go ahead and reboot your PS4. It does say preferably without closing the dialog box. Now, sometimes your system is just going to completely shut off, and that's normal when kernel panic happens. If it shuts down, just hold the power button, press it, and continue to hold it until it turns on again and then retry. If for some reason that doesn't work, unplug it for about a minute or so, plug it back in, and then go ahead and press the power button. It is possible that the system can hang, and this is true of not just PS4, but of PS3, even with 3DS. I've had this happen with every system where sometimes it hangs and the power button gets locked out. So even if you hold it, it won't shut down. In those cases, then you will have to unplug the system, which always makes me nervous because it can cause corruption. And Alazif even stated something similar in one of his tweets. He said an unstable exploit like this can be dangerous. It could ultimately lead to a kernel panic that could require you to initialize your whole system, and then you would pretty much lose everything. So yeah, you need to keep that in mind whenever you are using this. And by the way, if you wanted to host this exploit yourself, for those who know how, I'll put the link down in the description. There's the GitHub page here that the developer made, and all the files are right there. So this is open source. You can even see the files and look at them and everything, provided you know how to do that. Here are the 4 files you need. You have your index.html, which you should know what that is for those who host these exploits themselves. And then you just need to make sure that when you set it up, it's structured this way, that you have your index.html, your mira, JB, and common folders, unless you plan to shuffle things around a bit. And in the link here, you have the link to SCE Party that will bring you to where the firmwares are. So when you click on system here, you can download the 672 firmware. This is what most people will use if you just want to update from like 505 to 672, or let's say you have a system that's on 620 and you want to update it to 672. This is the pup file right there. It's about 440 something megabytes. Now here in recovery, you also have 672. This one is about a gig. Now you would normally use this one when you're fully restoring a PS4 or reinitializing, or you just want to do a completely from fresh, like factory setup. So if you have a PS4 and you just want everything to be set up kind of like from the factory fresh, and you want everything to disappear from the PS4 and you want it to be virtually like it was when it came out the box, then this is what you would do. You could go into safe mode, do the reinitialize or initialization, whatever it's called there, and then install the firmware in the same way. And then you'll have, a nice, fresh, clean setup with nothing in your system. So it's really up to you how it is that you want to do this. All right, so let's cover a couple of things here also that you need to know. Remember that even if you do get this to fully work, you need to run some type of payload or homebrew or whatnot, and you need to make sure that that payload or homebrew is updated to work with 6.72. Now, I did a video about that right here. Some payloads have already updated to work with 6.72, and even the Windows payload injector has been updated to work as well. So you can watch that video. I think 7 or 8 payloads or so, maybe even 10, have been updated to work on 6.72. So if you do get all of this to function, then you can use that Windows payload injector on your PC to inject one of these updated payloads into your newly jailbroke PS4 that's on 672. Again, once you have this up and running. Keep in mind though that this can freeze up on you and lock up on you or whatever at any time. Some people have also already experienced issues. Some have said, like at PSX Hacks and Reddit, that their disk drive doesn't work while they're using this. They also stated that some of the games that work fine on 505 do work on 672 with this, but then some other ones don't. Some people have also said that this doesn't work if you have other stuff plugged into your USB, like a USB storage device. So there's been a whole host of things that have been reported, and then some people just saying that it takes multiple tries and that it is very unstable. So just again, take that all in before you decide to use this, and remember that more than likely these older homebrews and these older payloads will not work anyway. So when some people say, well, can I use this and start dumping games and things like that? If the homebrew or the payload for dumping games has been updated to 6.72, then yeah, you can do that. If not, you may not be able to until it gets updated. All right, guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Again, I didn't want this to stretch that far. It's just a public service announcement. The thing is, everybody was making a big ruckus about this, and it's kind of blown up in a really short period of time. So I figured it was very important just to put out something like this so you guys knew what it was, that it was out there, some of the risks that are involved and what some people are experiencing and things like that. That way you could be a little bit better, educated, and maybe it will help you one way or another decide whether you want to use this or not. But the good news is this is out, that means that official updated hen is not that far away. So at least that's a good point or a positive to take from this. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Much love going out to everyone out there. And again, if you found anything here helpful, useful, informative, you just want to throw some love or appreciation to the channel, again, the best way to do any of that stuff is just to hit that like button. Don't forget to maybe hit that notification bell, because a lot is going down with the PS4 scene. However, I put up all kinds of content here for Switch, PS3, 3DS, and just other things in general. Take care, guys. Be careful, be safe, but have fun. And we're going to see you on the next one.